Hello, everyone, and welcome to the channel. We got some post 1961 Apba bats, and we got the first game of a two-game series between the Minnesota Twins and Tampa Bay Devil Rays. And leading off for the Twins, playing second base is Knobloch. Batting second, playing first is Carew. Batting third, playing center field is Puckett. Batting fourth, playing third base is Killebrew. Batting fifth, playing left field is Heisel. Batting sixth, playing right field is Hunter. Batting seventh, playing doing the catching is Beatty. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Versells. And on the mound, batting ninth is Pascual. And now let's take a look here at the hometown Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Leading off, playing shortstop is Bartlett. Batting second, playing center field is Upton. Batting third, playing right field is Huff. Batting fourth, playing first base is Pena. Batting fifth, playing left field is Meadows. Batting sixth, playing third base is Longoria. Batting seventh, playing second base is Cantu. Batting eighth, on the catching is Navarra. And on the mound, batting ninth is Snell. Let's get down here to the field and get this game started. And the lead it all for the Twins is Chuck Knobloch, only batting 186. He's got 2 homers and 6 RBIs. This is Snell's third appearance. He's 1-0 with a 1.2 ERA. And here's the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball down the Bartlett at short. That'll be out number one. One up and one down here in the first. And that brings up Rod Carew. And Carew's batting 277 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Snell strikes him out for out number two. And Kirby Puckett comes up batting only 191 with 2 homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And that's a 2-out single. And runner down at first now. And Harmon Killebrew steps up to the plate. Killebrew's batting 250 with 4 homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop up down the third. Longoria calls for it, makes the catch. That'll end the side. But the Twins strand one. It's Twins nothing. Tampa Bay coming to bat. Tampa Bay's got Bartlett, Upton, and Huff due up. Jason's batting 231 with 1 homer and 5 RBIs. This is Pascual's third appearance. No record with a 5.54 ERA. Let's take a look at these two teams here. And as you can see, the Twins are 2.5 games back of Kansas City. Carew batting 277, Puckett 191, Knobloch 186, Killebrew 250, Joe Meyer batting 442. And the pitchers, you got Frank with a 3.13 ERA, Dave with a 1.8, Jim with a 1.93, Pascual we already talked about with a 4.45, and Santana with a 6.75 ERA. And for Tampa Bay, they are 7 games behind the Yankees. Bartlett batting 231, Upton 148, Longoria 220, Pena 222, and Huff 296. Price with no ERA. Snell with a 1.2, like we just said. Shields with a 3.21, and Jeremy with a 6.25, and Matt with a 6.35 ERA. And now here's the pitch to Bartlett. And that's going to be a ground ball out in front of the plate. And that's going to be a nice play by Beatty. He picks it up, fires down the first, and there's one out. And BJ Upton's up now. BJ batting 150, 2 homers and 4 RBI. And that's going to be a single in down the line. Nice play by Killebrew, but he won't have a play to throw him out. So BJ's aboard here with a 1-out single. And Mr. Huff is up. And Huff is batting 296. He's got no homers and no RBI. That's going to be a fly ball out to Hunter out in right field. That'll be out number 2. That brings up Pena now. And he's batting 222 with 3 homers and 6 RBI. And that's going to be another hit, I believe. Nope. That is going to be that's going to be another infield hit. Pena gets aboard here. And all of a sudden now it's first and second, 2 outs. And it's up to Mr. Meadows to try to drive in the first run of the game here for either team. And Austin is batting 360 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. It's going to put Tampa Bay on the board, I believe. And that ball is driven into the gap in right field. So 1 runner scoring. Pena with his speed is going to stop at third. So that's a RBI double by Meadows. We got second and third now for Longoria. Can they add to this 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first? Pascual here gets the first 2 outs, and now he's trying to get that all-important third out. Longoria is batting 220 with 2 homers and 4 RBIs. That'll be an 18. And that is going to be a fly ball out the deep center field. Puck it back, makes the catch. That'll end the inning. But Tampa Bay scores 1 on the Meadows RBI double. It's 1-0 Tampa Bay. We go to the top of the second. Heisel, Hunter, and Beatty do up here in the second. Larry's batting 100 with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Longoria over to first for out number 1. And Torrey Hunter comes to the plate, batting 118 with a homer and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bartlett at short. Quickly 2 outs here in the second. And Earl Beatty comes up, batting 143. No homers and 1 RBI. That's going to be a ground ball again out in front of the plate. 45 and an 8. That'll be fielding column 2. And actually, that was misplayed by Navarra. That's going to be an E2. He can't handle that Baltimore chop. And Beatty's going to get aboard here with a 2-out error. And old Zorro comes up. Versells batting 214, no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Zorro out. That's Snell's second strikeout of the game. That ends the inning. The Twins strand 1 to the bottom of the second we go. 1-0 Tampa Bay lead. You got Cantoon, Navarra, and Snell, the bottom third of the order, due up here. And Cantoon batting 167, 2 homers and 5 RBIs. And that's a pop up down the short. Zorro calls for it and makes the catch, and there's 1 down. And Navarro comes up, batting 095, no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. Larry calls for it and makes the catch. And there's quickly 2 down here in the second. And can Blake Snell help his own cause here? Snell's looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 3. And that's going to be a base on balls. He'll take it. Walking the pitcher's never a good thing. Let's see if they can make him pay. Bartlett is 0 for 1. Can he deliver here with Snell down at first? Nope, that's a ground ball down the short. Zorro fires over the first. And that'll end the inning. Tampa Bay strands one. To the top of the third we go. The Rays hanging on to a 1-0 lead here. And you got Pascual due up, followed by Knobloch and Carew. Pascual's batting .400, says he don't need a stinking DH, and he has an RBI on the year. And that's going to be a base on balls. Let's see if the Twins can cash in here with a walk by the pitcher. Chuck Knobloch's up. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Huff and right. That'll be out number 1. That brings up Rod Carew now. Carew's 0 for 1, a strikeout victim his first time up. That's going to be a fly ball to the other corner out and left. Meadows calls for it. 2 down. Pascual still down at first with that leadoff walk. And Kirby Puckett, who has the only hit for the Twins, is up now. He singled back in the first. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 16. And that's going to be a pop-up down the third. Longoria makes the catch in shallow left field. And that'll end the inning. And so the leadoff walk doesn't hurt him. We go to the bottom of the third. You got the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up. Upton, Huff, and Pena. And BJ, he singled and came around to score the only run so far. And that's going to be a lazy fly ball out to Larry and left for out number 1. And Huff, he's 0 for 1. He flew out the right his first time up. Have a dice not make it. That's going to be a base hit in the right field. Hunter can't get to this one. He'll take it on the bounce. Keeps Huff to a single. And that brings up Pena now with a runner down at first and 1 out. Pena, he singled his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Carlos out. That's Pascual's first strikeout of the game. And that brings up Meadows, who had that RBI double his first time up. And that's a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. And the Rays leave 1. It's still 1-0 in the top of the fourth. You got the big boys due up here for the Twins. Killebrew, Heisel, and Hunter. And Harmon. Killebrew's 0 for 1 today. And he's going to be 0 for 2. That's a ground ball down the second. Easy play for out number 1. And Larry comes to the plate. As you see the team comparisons, Twins 5 and 6 scored 53 runs on 14 homers, 2 stolen bases, and been caught twice. Tampa Bay 3 and 7, 37 runs, 13 homers, no stolen bases, and been caught once. Larry's 0 for 1 today. And he's 0 for 2 because that's a swing and a miss. Blake with his third strikeout of the game. Brings up Torrey Hunter now with 2 outs and nobody on. He grounded out. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Huff. And the side's retired in order. 1, 2, 3 goes the Twins. To the bottom of the fourth we go. In a 1-0 ball game. And you got Longoria, Cantoon, and Navarra due up. Longoria 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Pascual strikes him out. That's his third strikeout in a row, I believe. Let's take a look here. I believe that's strikeout number 3 in a row. Yep, that's 3 strikeouts in a row. And Cantoon's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball. Somebody finally makes contact, hit down the short. Zorro's up with it, fires over the Carew, and now there's 2 down. And Navarro comes to the plate, and he is 0 for 1, flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left again. Larry's up to the task in the gap, makes the catch, and a 1, 2, 3, 4th. To the top of the fifth we go. We got us a pitching duel. You got Beatty due up, followed by Versells and Pascual, the bottom third due up here for the Twins. Earl didn't reach base on an error. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Snell strikes him out. His fourth strikeout of the game. Zorro comes up a strikeout victim his first time up. Not this time. Old Zorro connects with this one. See where this one goes. And that ball is driven into a gap in right field. Versells has got himself a 1-out double. And that brings Pascual up. They're going to let him swing away here with the runner already in scoring position. Pascual, like I say, not a bad hitting pitcher. He walked his first time up. And that's going to be popped up down the second. Or is that going to be? Yep, that's going to be a pop up down the second. And that'll be out number 2. So it's going to be up the knob block to try to drive the runner in here. And Chuck is 0 for 2. See if he can tie this game up. Nope, that's a swing and a miss. And Snell starting to remind people of Linda Ronstadt. He's throwing nothing but blue bayous. And that'll end the fifth. That's his 5th strikeout of the game. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's still a 1-0 lead here for the Tampa Bay Devil White Rays. And talking of Snell, he's due up, followed by Bartlett and Upton. Snell walked his first time up. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. Zorro near the mound makes the catch for out number 1. And Bartlett comes up. And Jason's 0 for 2 today. Grounded out twice. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Pascual with his 4th strikeout of the game. 2 down now, and it's up to BJ to get something started. He did single and came around to score the only run of the game. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. 22 should be fielding column 1. And it is, and that's a nice play out there by Larry. He goes crashing into the wall, makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3, 5th. Top of the 6th we go with a 1-0 Tampa Bay lead. 2, 3, 4 hitters due up here. Carew, Puckett, and Killebrew. And Carew's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a base on balls. So now the tying runs at first. The go-ahead runs at the plate, and Kirby Puckett. Puckett has one of the 2 hits for the Twins. He's 1 for 2 today. That's going to be against the lefty, a 16. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And let's see if, with nobody out, if Carew's going to try to make it down the 3rd. That'll be a 1. That'll be a 39. Wait a second, that might be hitting the left field. That's hitting the left field, and he's not going nowhere. So that's going to be a single in the left field. You got first and second, still nobody out for Killebrew. Snell's first real pickle he's been in today. Killebrew's 0 for 2 today. Snell would love to see a ground ball double play, and that is a ground ball. That's hit down the short, 52 and an 8. And that's going to be fielding column 3. And they'll get the runner out at second, unable to turn 2. So now you got first and third, and 1 out for Larry Heisel. They're going to bring the infield in, try to keep the tie and run from scoring. Larry is 0 for 2. He was a strikeout victim his last time up against Snell, and that's what he gets this time. Snell with a big strikeout there. Now there's 2 outs. The defense can play back. Torrey Hunter, tie and run at third. Go ahead, run at first. He's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts. Snell with 7 strikeouts, 2 big ones here in the 6th. Keeps the Twins off the board. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Snell hanging on to that 1-0 lead. You got the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up here. Huff, Pena, and Meadows. Huff is 1 for 2 today. Singled his last time up. And that's going to be against a righty. That'll be a 15, and that's going to be another hit for Huff. Huff's aboard for the second time here today. And Mr. Pena's up now. Carlos, he's 1 for 2. He did strike out, though, his last time up. Not this time. That's going to be a fly ball. It's going to be popped up in the infield. Killebrew calls for it, makes the catch, and there is 1 down. Austin Meadows comes up now with Huff still down at first. Meadows has got that RBI double, but he struck out his last time up. That's going to be against a righty, a 16. And that's going to be an infield hit. Meadows is aboard here. And just like that, now the Rays has got a runner in scoring position, first and second, and 1 out for Longoria. And he's 0 for 2. Can he increase this lead? Give the Snell a little breathing room. Here's the pitch to Longoria. And that's not what the doctor ordered if you're a Tampa Bay fan. But if you're a Twins fan, that's exactly what prescription you wanted. That ball is hit down the second. That's going to be the old 4-6-3 double play. We go to the top of the 7th. Tampa Bay 1, Twins nothing. You got the bottom part of the order coming up here for the Twins. Beatty, Zorro, and Pascual. Beatty is 0 for 2. Reached on an error and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out left field. Meadows makes the catch. And there's 1 down. And Zorro comes to the plate now. He's 1 for 2. He's got 1 of the 3 hits. He doubled his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Upton. He waits for it, makes the catch, and there's quickly 2 down. Since nobody's on, and he's pitching one hell of a game here. A 6-hit, 1-run game. They're going to let Pascual bat. Plus, he's not a bad hitting pitcher. He's 0 for 1. He did walk in this game. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's a fly ball out the left field. Meadows, that's a nice running catch. Took a hit away from Pascual. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 1-0 Tampa Bay. Got the bottom third of the order due up here for the Rays. Cantu, Navarra, and Snell. Cantu 0 for 2 today. And here's the pitch from Pascual. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Zorro at short. Over to Carew, and there's 1 down. And Navarro comes up now, 1 out, nobody on, 0 for 2, 2 fly balls to the left. And this one he gets a hold of. See where this one lands at. That ball is driven in the right field. He turns on this one, and he's got himself a 1-out double. Navarro down at second, and Snell's up. And Snell is 0 for 1 today. They're going to try to bunt him down to third here, Navarro. And that's a nice bunt, I think, 23. And a pitcher, a 35 and a 2. A 35 and a 2. I'll be fielding column 1. And, yep, that's a nice bunt. No, it's not a nice bunt. That is not a good bunt. Nice play by Pascual. He fields that ball, and he throws over to third, and they get Navarro. So Snell can't get the bunt down. And now you got Snell down at first. with 2 outs, and Jason Bartlett's up. He's 0 for 3, a strikeout victim his last time up. And that's going to be might be a base hit in the right field here. 42 and a 3. That's fielding column 2. And that is going to be a single. And with 2 outs, that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Crew gets to it, and he tosses it over to Pascual covering. And that'll end the inning, folks. And Tampa Bay strands one. To the top of the 8th we go. The top of the order due up here against Snell, Knobloch, Carew, and Puckett. And Knobloch is 0 for 3. He struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. That's going to be an E6 as Bartlett can handle it. And the tying runs on at first. And you got Rod Carew. They're going to do a little hit and run here. Carew's 0 for 2. He did walk his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And let's see if Knobloch can make it down the second. That'll be a 26. 52 or lower. He's safe. And they throw him out, so the hit and run doesn't work. Knobloch is thrown out as Carew can't make contact. Now there's 1 down, nobody on, and an 0-1 pitch to Carew. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Meadows makes the catch, and now there's 2 outs. And Kirby Puckett comes up. He is 2 for 3 today. Singled his last time up. And that's going to be another base hit for Puckett. Drives that ball in the right field. Huff gets over, holds him to a single. So the tying runs at first. The go-ahead run with Harmon Killebrew is at the plate. He is 0 for 3 today. Here's the pitch to Killebrew. And that ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this one going to go, folks? Kiss it goodbye. Harmon Killebrew has just given the Twins a 2-1 lead. Snell cruising, gets an infield hit. Now Killebrew with a 2-out. It's 2-1 here in Tampa Bay. Snell can't believe it, folks. Larry Heisel comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3. He has struck out his last 2 times up. And that's going to be a 20. That is going to be a ground ball down the short. Bartlett with a nice play ends the inning, but the 2-run homer by Killebrew. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Twins now with a 2-1 lead. Let's see if they're going to let Pascual keep pitching here. You got a righty and 2 lefties. They do have Perkins in the bullpen. So Pascual, they're going to let him start this inning here. If he gets any runners on, they're going to take him out. You got Upton, Huff, and Pena. So Pascual will get to start this 8th inning, but anybody reaches base, and that'll be it. And BJ's 1 for 3 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Pascual strikes him out. 1 down here in the 8th. And Huff's up now. He is 2 for 3. Singled his last 2 times up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Knobloch. And that'll be 2 down here. And up to the plate now comes Carlos Pena. And Pena's 1 for 3 today. And that's going to be swing and a miss. And that is the 6th strikeout for Pascual. And we're going to the top of the 9th in a 2-1 game. And is Snell going to come out of the game? That is the question. Are we going to get Snell out of there? He's due up 1, 2, 3, 5th. And that's going to be it for Snell. Let's see who's going to come out of the bullpen. You got a bunch of righties coming up. Alex is going to come out of the bullpen. Or is it going to be Balfour's going to come out of the bullpen? So that's it for Snell. Right now, he's a losing pitcher. Only giving up 5 hits, but he gave up the 2-run homer to Killebrew. So Grant will come in here, try to keep us a 2-1 game. And this is Grant's 5th appearance. No record with no ERA. He's got Hunter, Beatty, and Zorro due up here. Vercel. Torrey is 0 for 3, struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Grant strikes him out for the first out here in the 9th. And Earl Beatty comes up 0 for 3 today. Did reach on an error, though. And that's going to be a rare play of 56 and a 38. And that's going to be ball 1 to Beatty. So here's the 1-0 pitch to Earl. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Upton. He makes the catch. It was a fly ball, not a strikeout. Fly ball out to center for out number 2. And now Vercel's up. And Zorro's 1 for 3 with a double in this game. And that's going to be a rare play of 54 and a 39. That's going to be a swing and a miss. So now the 0-1 pitch to Vercel. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. Drives this ball out into the outfield. How far is it going to go? And that ball is blasted out to right field. Huff does a good job, gets over quickly, cuts the ball off. And that's a 2-out single. And that'll be it for Pascual. We're going to try to add some runs here. And Nathan will come in, try to close this game out. See who's going to come off the bench. They got any lefties on the bench? Morneau is going to come off the bench. He's going to try to put some justice into this game. Justin up. Morneau is going to come in. Justin, where's Justin at? There he is. And Morneau is batting 167, no homers and 2 RBIs. Vercel down at first, 2 outs, and the Twins leading 2-1. And Grant trying to keep it that way. Here's the pitch. That's going to be against the righty, a 24. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Longoria fires over to first, and that'll be the inning. So the Twins strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 9th in a 2-1 ball game. And Nathan's going to be coming out of the bullpen here for the Twins. He's facing Meadows, Longoria, and Cantoon. And the first Alrighty, hopefully we're back here. Don't know what happened, lost connection. And that was a ground ball down the second with knob lock. And so it's an error by knob lock. And Nathan's in a heap of trouble here. Heap of trouble. Now you got first and second. Nobody out. And you got Cantoon up. Well, they pitch hit for Cantoon is the question here. Will Zobrist come in and pitch hit? And Cantoon's going to stay in the game here. Looks like he'll stay in the game. Bat for himself. So Cantoon is 0 for 3. First and second, nobody out, and a 2-1 ball game. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. A big strikeout by Nathan. Now there's one down, and they're ground ball away. Getting out of this mess. Do they want to pitch hit for Navarro? That is the question. That is the question. Bring up. I think they're going to pitch hit for Navarro, but not with Hall. There's one down. Do they want to bring Morrison in now? Because a double play and he won't get a chance to bat. That's what they're going to do. Morrison's going to come in the game here. Pitch hit just in case there's a double play ball and he won't get a chance. So they're bringing out the big boy now. The pitch hit for Navarra. You don't want Navarra hitting into a double play. So Morrison's going to come in the game with first and second, one down. Tying run at second. Go ahead run at first. And Morrison is 0 for 4. Is he due, folks? Here's the pitch from Nathan. And that's going to be a 27. That's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out for out number 2. So Nathan trying to strike the side out after the first 2 batters get on here. And now we'll have a pitch hitter for Belfour. So Belfour. And he's going to pitch it for Belfour here. We could have Hall pitch hit. Stay in the game to catch. Or it could be Mr. Wynn. I think it's going to be Wynn. And then Hall will come in if they can tie this game up. Wynn's going to come in here and pitch hit. Randy Wynn. So Randy will come in here and pitch hit. Wynn is also 0 for 14 on the year, folks. Can he get off the snide here? Here's the pitch from Nathan. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Puckett waits for it. Makes the catch, and that's your ball game. The first 2 batters get aboard here, and Nathan pitches around it. And they hang on for the 2-1 lead. And the Twins win this game on their Killebrew homer. Twins 2 runs on 6 hits and an error. The Tampa Bay Devil Rays 1 run, 7 hits and 2 errors. Kirby Puckett 3 for 4. And old ourselves, Zorro 2 for 4. The Twins were 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position, but Killebrew with the 2-run homer was enough. They left 7 men on base. Audrey Huff was 2 for 4. Meadows was 2 for 3. Devil Rays was 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position. They left 8 men on base. Pascual, he gets the first win of the year. Goes to 1-0. 8 innings, 7 hits, just 1 run, walked 1, struck out 6. Nathan comes in, gets his second save of the year. 1 inning, 1 walk, struck out 2. Snell, the hard luck loser. 1-1 now. 8 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, an unearned run. I forgot about that being unearned. It was the error on. That was an error on Versells. No, not Versells. That was an error on Pena. No, it was short. That was an error on Bartlett. Yeah, an error on Bartlett. Cost them the game, folks. 2 unearned runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts and the homer. Grant comes in, 1 inning, 1 hit, struck out 1. Yeah, 2 unearned runs. Costly, costly, costly. Alrighty, let's take a look at the standings and the leaderboard. And the Yankees are 5.5 games up on Baltimore. The Jays and Red Sox 6 games back. And with the loss, the Devil Rays are now 7.5 games back. And in the Central, Kansas City's a game up on the Tigers, a game and a half up on the Indians. And with the win, the Twins are now 2 games back. And the White Sox 3. And out west, the Rangers 2.5 games up on the Angels. Seattle and Oakland are 4 games back. Mickey Rivers is leading the American League with a .386 average. Ramirez with the Indians with 6 homers, and Roger Maris with 13 RBIs for the Yankees. And David Price with that 0 ERA. Got Tion and Wakefield with 3 wins. JJ, BJ, and Wetland with 4 saves. And you got Kenny Lofton leading in the MVP voting, and Tim Wakefield leading in the Cy Young. And the next game on the channel will be the final game of this 2-game series, only a 2-game series. Let's see what the pitching matchup looks like. Let's see here. Where are they? Tampa Bay and the Twins. There they are. And it's going to be Santana going up against David Price. And like we said, David Price is leading the league with a 0 ERA. See what happens. It should be a good pitching matchup. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, folks. It don't cost you a dime. Hit that bell and like button. It helps the channel out. Till next time, you'll have a great day and take care.